Damn, man. You go downtown on Saturday night and look what you catch walking the streets of Memphis. We thought we'd drag him in here tonight and see what makes him tick. Kev, how you doing? Glad you joined us tonight.
I'm glad to be here. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Now, we've had him on before, but this could be brutal tonight. So if he leaves like within the first few minutes, don't panic. Don't panic. We'll get as many gutsy questions answered from him before he runs and screams bloody murder for us.
Oh, wow. Wow. Now I'm feeling intimidated.
Alan, how you doing tonight? Ready to go?
I'm doing all right.
Waiting
for the snow.
Yes.
Working on the room.
I'll let you know when it gets here. Actually, you know what? The way the thing's crawling around, y'all might get it before we do.
Could be.
Kind of spinning in the ocean, right?
Could be. Yep. No, we got that going on. Still working on the room and get that done soon enough. Give everybody a preview of that at some point here in the near future.
All right. Ross, how about you? How you doing, Ross?
Doing good.
I wish you put your real camera up instead of that background you got.
I was playing.
Ross uses the trendy bookstore background. It's all a lie.
I was playing Imperial Elegy the other night with a couple guys, and they were like, "Who did your interior design?" I was like, "That's all me, baby. I did that. Come on."
He doesn't mess around.
He's got that smooth lighting, right?
Oh yeah.
What are you playing right now? Play anything?
I'm working on the Into the Woods GB or the Vassal module still. Although I'm at the final stages. I'm doing the predefined setups. They take forever because it's a huge game, but those are about done, and I'm ready to send that thing out into the world and never look at it again.
Wow. And move on.
And then move on to Three Dog. So I'm going to email Dick and after I release the Into the Woods one and say, can I get the counter sheets and all that? And hopefully the answer is yes.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no way that'll be a colossal game to do initial setups for.
Yeah, it actually may be slightly smaller than
it probably will, but
Into the Woods, yeah, that's a nightmare. Well, I don't know if you're setting up the third day or the end of the second day and the full thing in Three Dog, that could be pretty big too. So
that's huge.
I got a couple months to do it. I think it's shipping in April. That's what the last word was.
I was about to say, do we know like a list of scenarios for that? Like, are there going to be start of day 2, start of day 3 scenarios, or is it just
the battle book is online now?
Oh, all right, I like it.
Well, the one we got only has like 5.
It's basically the same thing as what we got.
Yeah.
For simple rules. So same numbers. There's a ton of small scenarios, McMurray.
No, I mean that's my point. Is that it's entirely possible that like you have one. Because, I mean, initial setup for the campaign game is minimal. And then if it's smaller scenarios, you might have a bunch of scenarios, but it might not be as, like, let's be honest here, doing an initial setup for day 3 at Gettysburg would be a just obnoxiously large task.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the battle book, I'm looking at it. I don't think they've got all the scenarios on here. I think this is like they must have a different book for day 1, day 2, day 3 or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a few, and like I said, with some of the additions they're making too. Todd, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Thanks for asking.
Sure. What you playing back there?
Well, I had that Gettysburg Soldiers game, that little minis game I tried out with the Battle Cry minis. That posted a video about that. That was pretty cool. That was there and now gone. This is the new BCS game, Danger Forward in the magazine Battalion S3. And then there's Library Napoleonic Battles over there. And I shouldn't have been playing that minis game. I should be learning the GCACW rules so I can put a good game on with Ross and the other guys. But Ross has got this under control.
I've been dedicated. I've been learning.
Begging for people to play against. Well, you got Todd right here. You play against Todd.
And he's like,
Todd disappeared for 2 weeks.
Andrew,
he's living a life.
Andrew, look, you've been like pounding the miniatures table for the last couple of weeks. What'd you play recently? Oh, never mind. Wait till you come out of the
your audio is shot.
Yeah. Why don't you come back into range, buddy?
Okay. Trust me, I haven't moved in the last like 5-10 minutes.
Just flush.
Tuesday I played Fire and Fury, which is a What would you call that, Todd? Like a division scale, brigade scale?
Well, it's called regimental, so
It is called regimental, but that's just kind of the maneuver unit. Like,
yeah, but you're moving you're moving brigades, right? They're kind of
no, you're moving regiments, but it usually is used for games where each side has a division or so, maybe a little bit more. Like a division is a pretty good sized game. Some games have bigger scenarios, some are smaller. The one we had yesterday or the one I played on Tuesday was a oversized brigade or a couple of small brigades on each side. That was fun.
You had a lot of people show up for that, actually.
There were a lot of people that showed up for that, which was kind of counterproductive because the idea was to try and figure out if we could play it in, the few hours on a random weeknight and to get familiar with the rules. And then it just kind of turned into, okay, I guess I'm teaching, 6 guys how to play Fire and Fury now. All right, let's do this. But it worked out. We had a good time. We played the game kind of to its natural end. It was not a particularly two-sided experience. The engagement that we were refighting was a rather one-sided fight over here in eastern Missouri at the end of 1861. So with 2 guys who were just trying to work through the system, it would have been fine. We had some players get a little disappointed because they weren't able to quite do what they wanted to. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what happens when you're outnumbered. You're using hunting shotguns and random imported Belgian rifles and shit. Like, sorry, buddy. But had a good time. The play test went well. Guys were able to pick it up and understand it, and within a couple turns be playing it.
He's ready tonight, I can tell you right now.
Me?
Might not have to worry about the other 4 of us asking any strange questions, but I can tell you right now, McMurray's ready. So on my end of the table,
I wasn't even done talking about the fucking miniatures I played the last week.
You're done. So on my end of the table, we got the little preview play going on that was put on hold, and that's kind of hurt my feelings because it was actually finally playing a naval game, and now he's got to stop. So got to wait on that. I did drop Battles in the East 2 on the table. That was a nice price that Clay gave me for a shrink wrap copy of that. So I didn't realize that game had big counters, but that's on the table over there. I'm going to give that a go around. And then with all the GBA CW stuff, that's, and plus I got people looking at videos I did from 3 years ago for my most fearful sacrifice, asking me 5,000 questions. And now I feel like I got to play that again. Hello. Great game. I think it's the best one in the system so far. So Kev, what's on? Well, I don't see nothing but one game on your table now.
There's nothing there. I just packed up 2 games, so we obviously had that same naval game that got put on hold, and then I wrapped up Inflection Point. So I was curious about Todd's experiences with the new S3 magazine. I have that on order. I think MMP sends me those last, so I'll be looking forward to getting that in a couple of weeks. And then I have all the way down the back, I have World at War 85 mid game. I think I'm on turn 6 or 7 and 13, and it's just a rip roaring great experience. I love World at War 85. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I get that because it seems to pop up every couple of months. You play something in that. Or Tactical. I haven't seen you touch that in a little while, though.
No, I haven't had a chance to get that to the table, although I am keen. I just got in Mark Walker's new Long Road expansion, which is kind of the hypothetical World War III with vampires. So I'm excited to get that to the table because it's just a freaking hoot. Huge narrative, big counters, great maps, and all that sort of fun stuff. I did finish also a multiplayer double-blind GCACW game that wrapped up this week. That was we started that in December, and that was fun. And I'm still playing on Vassal a game of Spring Prelude or Prelude, depending on what country you're from. So I'm playing that as well.
I had that set up, but I had to take it down.
You didn't play?
I want to get it back up again because that's a good looking game. It was fun what I actually did to it. Little sloggy at the start, but
yeah.
Are you playing the campaign for that, the full battle?
Yeah, we're playing the campaign, and we're doing Timonchenko's aggressive gambit, I think it's called. So it's more a little bit more hypothetical because I played the other thing, the regular thing, solo. So Soviets, and my buddy is the Germans, and it starts 4 or 5 days earlier, I think. So it's very wet and muddy and icy, and it's kind of fun, but then it's not because it's muddy. So the Soviets kind of getting after it, and the Germans are struggling to start with. So it's a little bit different. Yeah.
Well, what I'm just curious, what avenue are you taking as the Soviets? Are you going to try to cut off that bubble, or are you going to?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So there's that salient or bulge that the Germans created, but it's very thinly defended. I'm trying to stay away. I'm cheating. I'm using the rules to my advantage. I'm staying away from Kharkov as much as possible to not release the forces that are there, and pushing in towards that bubble. And then from the south, I'm driving really deep northwest, deep and away from Kharkov, to try and do the big loop, number one. And then number two, I sent the entire Cav Corps south towards the Dnieper River, just to mess with my buddy, because I know he's a very, very conservative wargamer, right, and he doesn't like having stuff in the rear, which probably a lot of us don't actually as guys. But sorry, I had to get one in, right? And so so where I'm messing with him so that he'll pull forces off to go chase them down, and allow me to do bad things to him, because he gets all those reinforcements in the south, right, that are going to mess me up, right? So I've gone full bore, trying to kill as much as I can, as fast as I can, and then I'll shrink up by that. Is it the Izume or that river, that bridge? I'll buffer back up on that bridge. Yeah.
That bubble is when I think I played I was in the first two maybe 3 turns. That I'm almost struggling to figure out, man, do I want to yank the Germans back? I had to pull a couple of them back because I decided to make the northeast push to cut that salient off. So I had to pull a few of them back, but I was kind of having, I think, my first attacks with the Russians in that little corner, because you're still kind of limited to everything you can activate.
Right.
And I think I forced the activation there. Plus, you got those units that aren't activated yet. But I'm trying to push northeast. They had some good attacks, drove the Germans out of there, but it took me 3 turns to make any hay just east of Kharkov, where they're already across the bridge there.
Right.
But, I started to, like I said, I had to take it down, but I was starting to make ground over there. But I want to get that back up, because I want to see what happens when the Germans, who is it, Kleist or is it Manstein? Who is it comes on in the south?
Oh gosh, there's 2 groups that come on, and I don't recall, but I think it's Kleist, and then there's 16th Panzer is in the north, and I think some SS comes in the south. There's a lot of armor that comes in the south. It's a beatdown.
They're going to raise hell.
Yeah, I pulled back as the Germans almost immediately from that whole bubble, and just consolidated around Kharkov, and rotated guys in and out once they lost steps, and just made it real difficult for the Soviets.
I do like the vast amount of victory locations in that game.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's lots of choices.
Yeah, just not calls and calories. All right, so all y'all out there, we've got a few of you popped on here. I'm sure
we have a question.
Todd has a question.
So that Spring Prelude is kind of the Greg Blanchett Victory in the West, whatever you want to call it, kind of variable combat, whatever they're calling it. System.
Yes.
How it's about Kharkov, right? Spring Prelude is. So how is it different than this?
Similar system, similar chip pool for strength. Same, if not identical rules. It has. That's a great game too. I have that as well. It's a great game.
Well, this is by him too, so I was just kind of curious.
Yes.
Why do I need that one if I have?
Well, I think maybe the scale is different. I think that one in your hand is might be battalions of units.
Yeah, Division Corps Brigade Battalion.
Yeah. So I honestly, I would have to look at my notes. I don't know. He has another system called Silent Death coming out for Legion games. I just got a test module of that. I'm going to play a pose next week, and that is also set around the same time period. He's a Kharkov freak, so he's looking at all sorts of different ways to expose.
He's got 3 of them, doesn't he? He's going to pop with Legion.
Yeah, three volumes. Yeah.
It's Mars. I think Operation Mars.
Right. That's right. I think maybe it's not Kharkov. Maybe it's
that's Mars, but that's going to be the same scale as Spring.
Yes. Yeah.
So, okay.
I saw a couple snapshots of that thing. It's the maps look a little bit different, but if the system's the same, I'm good. Let's see who's out. I know we got Chuck popped in there on Mark Herman, first one popped in there. Mark, check your email. Toll, glad to see you here, buddy. I understand, Brian, we're going to kill off Greg in his 4 Against Darkness game and replace Greg with you and your character. Tour Guide Phil, good to see you here. Really good to see you. Can't wait to see you in October. Oh, see you in June, I hope. Slav, see you in June. Slav has offered me to bring me a copy of Flying Colors in June.
Whoa.
So
what is happening?
Dude, I don't know.
Sales.
Glorious 1st of June.
So, Paul Dangle, how you doing? BO, good to see you here. New name, I don't recognize, but thanks for joining in. Jeff Edwards. Hey, there's Wargamer. All right. Stuart, glad to see you here. Nathan, good show today. I was on over there with the guys from with Tony and Ruff and Nathan and Herman Lutman. Nord, of course, Nord's here. So here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to browbeat Kev to find out all the personal information and all the back alleys that he's walked in his life, which obviously all lead to freaking wargaming. So let me get this thing rolling here, and hopefully these guys will start bombarding you with questions. All right. I don't want to. You said you hadn't been to Australia in a while, so. But what I want to know is, I'm assuming you were born there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just fucking walked out of the bush. Yeah.
Fascinating first question.
Okay. When did you leave?
That's none of your damn business. No, 1996.
Good start.
1996 was the last time I left then permanently. I had left once before for an exchange student program prior to that.
So you came over here and claimed, what do they call that stuff? When foreigners come to our country and they want to stay. And
I didn't do any paperwork, you know.
Oh. That's what we call it.
No one's watching this. We don't care about that.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. So you came over here.
Do you want some help with this? Or
No, I don't want to dig a hole for anybody, you know. But what was it your intention to come to the U.S. and stay, or did you just decide while you were here, hey, this is where I want to be?
Okay, so
there we go. Now we're done. All right, we're going.
All right, so I'll try and make this as brief and as interesting as possible. It's not a very exciting story. I had I worked for a software company, and I met a bunch of Americans. I was a sales guy at the time. Met a bunch of sales guys in Australia, and we were in this big group meeting. And I actually met my future wife there as well, but didn't know that was going to be the case at the time. And we were all talking about money and work and how hard it was to make money and easy to make money and all that sort of stuff. And they said, "Oh, well, huge market in America, blah, blah, blah." But I said, "Well, look, we make the same amount of money." And then they said, "Well, what do you pay in taxes?" And they told me what they paid in taxes. And I realized that if I worked the same amount of hours that I did in Australia, that I would make 1.5 times as much more money, basically, right? So this is nearly 30 years ago, right? So I went up to the US manager and I said, "Hey, how do I transfer?" And he goes, I'm glad you asked, because we really liked your presentation and the fact that you had your customer write your presentation for you and didn't know anything about what the presentation was other than had cute pictures. So we thought that was really cute. We'd love to have you. And then my boss came over and said, oh, you're not going anywhere until I just trained you. You need to stay another year. And when you make your quota, you can leave. So I made my quota 9 months later, told my boss I was leaving. And then on April the 7th, 1996, I moved over to the US. They gave me a choice of places to work, and I lived in New York and I worked there, and I made my quota there for the full year in 90 days, right? So so I got very lucky. It wasn't skill, it was just pure luck. And long story short, I wanted to work for 2 years and then come back and open up a cafe on the beach and give foot massages to beautiful girls in bikinis. And in between that plan and living in New York City, I invited this girl that had worked at the company out on a date. She had no longer worked there anymore. And a bunch of guys told me that she was really desperate to hear from me. And it's, you know, when a guy hears that a girl's desperate to hear from him, and you were me, you're like, I'm going to call her. And so I invited her out on a date, and she said, I live in Dallas. And I said, well, I live in New York and I'm from Australia. How far can it be? And we were married 6 months later. So, and so now I'm here permanently, and that was 30 years ago or something like that, or 29 or whatever it is. So
I'm assuming you transferred to the Texas office or something like that down there.
Yeah. Well, so my the New York office got sick of me, so they transferred me to Atlanta, and I ran that region. And I took over Texas and Arizona and Nevada and some other stuff. Ran those two things, and while I was traveling, I was gone 3 days, 4 days a week traveling, and so I very quietly moved the office to Austin, which is where my wife was from, and so we moved from Atlanta to Austin, and then the rest is history.
Damn, I think you've seen more of the United States than I have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's. Except for the little square ones up on the top left-hand side, I think I've been to every state. I'm not Alaska, obviously.
Those are some big ass square ones.
Yeah, well, you know, but it's all snow. And
I don't think that's where he wants to go, though, from what I get. Can I ask, what was the specific software or software company?
So the first one, the one that moved me here, was data analytics. So back before data analytics was really cool and sexy and everybody was doing it, we were doing what were called executive information systems. And so I would build data models for a customer. I would go on site and build them on the spot and show them, prototypes. And if they would give me an Excel spreadsheet, and I'd put it on a freaking disk, right? They'd give me a diskette, and I'd put it in the PC, and I'd load a data model, and I'd build a data model for them. And I was like, look, if a dumbass Australian can do it, how hard can it be? And we sold millions of dollars worth of software, and Seagate Software ended up buying us several years later. It's a long story, but anyway. So there's that data analytics, and I did a lot of cybersecurity stuff, mainly mainframe things.
I don't think I've never heard you. I guess 4 or 5 years now I've been around. I don't think I remember the first thing I heard about you was, oh, he's a hand model. And then I sort of associated that with skin cream or something like that. Eventually I figured that one out. But I've never heard you really talk about, I think I always thought maybe you sold high-end, computer stuff, high-end,
Yeah.
You told me he sells like hand cream and shit.
I did. I ran. I thought most of my career, like 98% of it, has been in technology. And generally speaking, once I did my stint as sales and executive, sort of some mid-level leadership things, I moved into companies that had problems, and I became a turnaround fixer guy, and I did that for a long time. And so I wanted to get out of tech, and some investors approached me and said, "Hey, we got this skincare company, and I know you don't know anything about skincare, but it's just not being run well, and there's a lawsuit and stuff. Can you help us fix it?" And I said, "Sure." Once again, how hard can it be? It's all inputs and outputs, and it actually was quite complicated because it's all a load of magic and bullshit and unicorn fairies and dust and all that sort of fun stuff. So it's all lies and misrepresentations basically. But I didn't say that. I have great skin though.
Yeah, well, I thought they were serious about that until I learned a few weeks later that that's what you. 30 years.
Yeah, I did it for a while. I mean, I did 2.5 years of.
I remember you telling a story about trying to get your boy to fly up to Nashville or something.
Yeah.
To do something. It's been a while since I heard that story, but I thought that was pretty funny about that. So. No, it was another employee, and then I think you said your son ended up doing it. So, speaking of your boys, okay.
Yes.
Because I got one more thing I want to ask you about Australia. I want to comment about Australia, but your boys, sure. Let's see. You got 2 sons.
Yes. 3.
Right. 3. Okay. I want to know about the one that went to Annapolis.
He's not mine. He is a nephew.
Okay. Yeah, but you probably still treat him like one of your own. So.
Yeah. He's
a naval officer, right? Now, what about your 2 boys? What are they into? Because I mean, every now and then.
3. Let's try to do it slow. 3. I'll show you something real cool. Hang on.
Okay.
God, this guy wears shoes inside of his house.
Well, if your floors were as dirty as my floors, you would wear shoes too. They're very dirty. So that is the graduation patch from Nuke School from my nephew. He said that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he just graduated, or was about to graduate from Nuke School. He's headed to the subs in the fall.
What are your boys into?
Oh, mine are, let's see. The youngest is doing his last semester in college, doing marketing, but he wants to be a law enforcement guy. So he's applying to DPS, Department of Protective or whatever it is.
Public safety.
Public safety. That's it. Thanks. So he's doing that. My middle son is a graduate, computer science graduate, and he moved out here after school to take a break and hasn't left. He started a business, and so he is now doing tech support for small businesses out here, and dumb people like me who don't know how to use their phone and stuff like that. And he is living the life of Riley, having a great life and making a lot of money. Kind of jealous, actually. And my eldest is in construction. He works for one of the biggest firms out here, and they're working on some big lighting, power, not lighting. What do they call it? Power transmission lines. They're rebuilding or putting in new transmission lines, and they're doing all the form and base work and stuff like that. And he's been doing that for 3 or 4 years, and he loves being outside in the dirt on huge pieces of equipment. So that's my boys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I mean, once in a while, they want to pop up, and you'll say something, and I was just curious what they did. Honestly, I thought the naval one was one of the sons. Because you talk about it.
Middle son's doing okay though, Kev.
Yeah, he's good. He was ill, and it was just some reaction from taking medicine and having this nasty flu that's going around.
Okay.
He was in the ER for a day a week ago, but he's back at work, so he's great. Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, I saw that. That was oh shit. Well,
well, okay, so now we know about the boys. We know how you got here.
So you've now asked me questions. I've now shared more with you than I have probably with you guys than I have with anybody about my background. So that's
Oh, well, we're not done yet.
gosh, well, I'm going to stop drinking then.
Well, yeah, I don't want you, like I said, I don't want to go too deep, but just some general stuff. So
No, you good. I'll
He's
I'll
going
tell
to
you,
ask you your social security number in 10
I'm
minutes.
an
Like,
open book. It's 155XXXXX.
there you go.
So, other than she loves to cut the grass on her tractor, what's Mama do?
What does Mama do? Let's see. Mama was a stay-at-home mom for 25 years, and she had once the kids all started moving out, even though we have 2 living on the property now,
You never leave.
yeah, it's kind of cool because like we've got this little, it's not a mobile home, what do you call it, like a prefab that my son rents from us, and then the other guy is living in it's kind of this barn thing, and he pays rent now because he's making money. So it's kind of cool having him around. I was not expecting that. But anyway, my wife, she was supposed to be working 10 hours a week. And Kelly is now, they got this huge new client. And she's gone from executive assistant to, I think her latest title is chief of staff or something. So she's now doing 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so she's cranking, doing, it's all hourly because it's supposed to be just a part-time gig for this little company. And it's kind of blowing up on her. So I don't really see her very much. So, which, more gaming, I guess. Which is,
you get to sit around and push cardboard around all day. Which
it's great. I see the stress walking up and down the hallway, and I just go.
So before we turn this over to talking about you and gaming, what I want to know is so you've been here 30 years. Mm-hmm. Do you miss kangaroos? Do you miss your favorite beer, Foster's? And did you have a dingo as a pet?
2 koalas and 4 kangaroos. Yeah.
You're pulling my leg now. Come on, really? Just curiosity, where were you? Where'd you live in Australia?
Jeff absolutely believes you.
I lived in Melbourne until I was 30 something, and then I lived in Sydney for a long time, 5-6 years. I really don't remember, but quite a while. Yeah.
Now, I flew in there in the middle of the night one time. Don't know where I flew into, and wherever it was we flew into, we got on a helicopter, and we were out in the middle of the outback for 2 weeks. And it was the same routine leaving. So I'm in Australia, other than it was hot.
You would have been in Darwin or somewhere like Alice Springs or something like that.
Very hot.
There's no outback by helicopter from any of the major cities that I'm aware of, anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it was a city. I'm half sleeping in Orlando, so But we switched up with a recon platoon down there, and they took our job in Germany, and we took their job for training for a couple weeks down there. So I mean, it's good training. That's where I first learned how to do, or started to learn how to do tracking, how to track. So.
Oh wow! Now was it desert or was it jungle or?
No, it was definitely sand.
Sand. Okay, yeah. So that probably would have been Darwin, I think, or south of Darwin somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, it was good training. It's definitely different breed, and just like going anywhere, the dialect can be a little testing if you're not used to it. So it was all good fun. The only time I'd ever been there, I actually don't remember much about it, just the training and stuff. But all right, let's get into this gaming stuff here. So I'm gonna start it. Hopefully, you guys are gonna have some stuff to bombard him with. First game you played, and how did you get started gaming?
The mythology is there was this very cute 18, 19-year-old girl that worked in a toy store, and I would go to that toy store after school as a 12-year-old, where my mom would meet me and pick me up because we didn't have school buses and stuff. And so I would wander around this toy store and look at all the toy soldiers, and I collected all the little stuff out of the Look and Learn magazine. You've heard of that? Look and Learn, the English magazine.
No, that's a new one.
Well, you can Google it. It was an old was like a boys' exploration magazine, and it always had a battle in it somewhere with all the red blocks and blue blocks and the arrows showing where Napoleon went and how he won, Austerlitz, or how he lost Waterloo or whatever, or, so famous battles. And so I was always interested in that sort of nonsense, and had all the little 20 miniature soldiers out of the back of those magazines you could buy for 99 cents, right? And I was in this toy store with all these cool games and this super cute girl, and me being 12, I'm like, oh, Heidi is so cute. And that was literally her name, was Heidi. And so I got my mom to buy me a war game because I was in there all the time. I saw this box, Avalon Hill, Napoleon on the front cover, Waterloo. That looks really cool. I must look really smart and intelligent and cool, and this will impress her because I had dreams and aspirations, right? Anyway, I just kept buying games there forever, and that's how I got started with wargaming. I played Napoleon's Waterloo from Avalon Hill, and then it was Jetko's the Russian campaign, and then I convinced a buddy to play, and then we got into SBI titles. Excuse me, hang on a sec.
Great. My favorite games are games that Kev played when he was 12. Sweet.
Yeah, those, and then I posted an ad in the newspaper, in the local newspaper, and by this time I'm like 16 or something like 17, and posted an ad and invited people to join our suburb. Had a weird name, but so it doesn't matter what it's called. But
what was it?
It was called Glen Waverley. So I started the Glen Waverley Wargaming Society, and I had people over to my house, and I had grown ass men with plumber butt crack crawling around our veranda with miniature ships and tape measures and stuff, and guys playing on coffee tables and dining room tables. Had like 20 people turned up the very first time I hosted this thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. My mom said, that's never happening again. And so that was the first and last session of the Glen Waverley Wargaming Society.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And so and through that I met people, and we played, and got into anything and everything, and played every weekend. I had no room for games to be set up at our house because we had a dining room table I could use, so I had to be played within a very short period of time. So
it sounds like there wasn't a lot of game clubs there in Australia to start.
No, there was miniature stuff. But I painted up some minis one time and got sent away, and that's why I still have hurt feelings about them not liking my miniatures and not letting me play with them. I made these French grenadiers, and I thought they were very cool. And they go, oh dear boy, those epaulets are incorrect. They're the colors from 1812 instead of 1809. You can't play. So,
oh my gosh.
Some bullshit equivalent to that.
You should have hit that dude right in the nuts.
Yeah, pound. Hey, Hexy or Camp, I got that magazine pulled up there. You want to share my screen real quick?
Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry. I've jacked up our StreamYard there, Kev. So
there they are. Looking Lawrence, baby.
They were amazing. My mom would buy me one of those every week, and I would read those things from cover to cover.
Awesome.
What's the one the Brits have? Commando magazine. I always thought that looked cool too. We didn't have that here.
Not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go.
Okay. So, Waterloo, your little gaming club. I'm going to obviously Avalon Hill, SPI. What else did we have back then? Did we have anything else back then?
GDW. Unterscheiden was a game we played. We set that up at a buddy's house. We played that. Yeah.
What about things like Risk? Stuff like that.
No, I'd never seen it or played. I mean, we played Colditz, the Escape from Prison game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was as Euro as we got. We were all I don't know why, because we all read them. We read a lot back then, right? It was just me and my buddy were voracious sci-fi and fantasy readers and history readers, and we were both into animals as well. So we both wanted to be zoologists, and so we were always reading books about Africa and history, and it just got us into the Boer War, and then got us into more history and what happened after that, and Churchill, and that led me to World War II. And next thing you know, we're playing everything. No risk ever. I've never played.
So all right. So you get Waterloo, and you start playing. Were you instantly hooked and continued to look and grab other war games and stuff, or did you just go for a little bit, and then did you have a dead zone where you just weren't doing anything, and then come back around?
No, I played. So when I started, I played Waterloo a lot because it was the only game I had, and they were expensive back then. And my mom was a waitress and my dad was like a FedEx driver, right? I mean, we were not well off, and we lived in a brand new subdivision. We were the only house in the neighborhood for several years. So apple orchards all around. So I either played outside, and we played sports, or I was at the dining room table trying to crank out a game because it had to be packed up for dinner, right? And so, so I think it took me probably 10 plays to get the rules right. And I finally realized there was no stacking limit, right? And then I realized that it was kind of a stupid game because it was just two huge stacks. You could literally have two huge stacks and attack each other. And that's how you could win as Napoleon. And I thought that was very clever, that I was very clever. And so that's when I decided I need to move on. And I got a little part-time job and bought some other games and got to visit Heidi and look at her pink cashmere sweater and ask her what war game should I buy. And then I saw SBI magazines, right? S&T. Saw the backs of those: City Fight, Next War, and Fool the Gap, and Sinai, and all that. It's like, oh my gosh, I gotta have all this stuff. And I had
all those flat packs. Yep.
Oh, all the flat packs. Right? I had dozens of them. They're all, I don't know where they are now. They're all, tea chest somewhere in Australia, abandoned.
Did you ever have Terrible Swift Sword?
Once I got back, I had a hiatus with wargaming. Once I got back into it, I had it, but I never played it. So I moved it on.
I don't know what we got to do to drag him into ACW, but we're going to find something.
Hey, I'm playing GCACW, man. What more do you want?
Well, that's cool.
I was going to say, he just talked about playing ACW.
You do like operational, so.
Yeah. And I like Herman's games. I play those.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. We've talked about war games. You said you're reading science fiction. Did you get into any of the science fiction games way back when?
Well, what's the one, not Star Soldier, what's the Starship Trooper? Yeah, Starship Trooper. We used to play Starship Trooper all the time. Oh my gosh. So I wore my copy out. That and Avalon Hill's Outdoor Survivor. Played that a lot too. We would make up goofy rules and change things and mod things a lot, real hard. Yeah.
So you had a buddy that you played with then.
Yeah. He lived right up the street from me, and so we walk up to his house Saturday morning. His parents, his dad was a chef, so he'd have breakfast and lunch there. We played all day, right? And that's how we got into Dungeons and Dragons, and we did. He and I played D&D together for a handful of years, and then we got a crew together, and we had 6 guys once a month for probably 8 years, 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn.
Glad to see that the other side of the world did the same thing we did.
Yeah. It's all good, man. I mean, it's great stuff, great imagination, and
I'm curious, when you were doing all that business traveling, were you still gaming then, or is that what your hiatus was?
For work, yeah. So when I moved to the US, so I stopped. I guess I really stopped when I got college, and then
Mm.
and really didn't reconnect until my eldest had a project.
Oh, wow. You had a big gap. Yeah.
Yeah, about Alexander the Great. So he was probably 10, 15
Oh, wow. Okay.
years of just reading books. That was all I was doing.
Did you keep your games, or had you sold them all?
I lost a whole bunch in a couple of moves. And I had a few. I had Alexander the Great, Alexander the Great Deluxe, and a couple of flat packs and some broken down crap. And my son had this project, and I was like, "Oh, Alexander the Great, let me help you." And so I showed him this game, and he was like, "Dad, I can't take a game to school." So then I found Total War, which is a PC game, and I made a little video of one of Alexander's battles for him. And that was it. I was like, I'm going to go and play this Alexander the Great. And that's when I got back into gaming. And I think it kind of shocked my family, because I kind of realized that I'd missed 15 years of amazing releases. I went on an absolute tear, trying to play as much as I could, as quick as I could, just to kind of get caught up. And then realized that wasn't possible. But so I started being a little bit more selective. And as I got back into it, I would say I have, I wouldn't say I have an eclectic palette, but I have, I know what I like.
I'd say you're pretty eclectic. We talk about you all the time, how eclectic the different stuff you play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it provides great questionnaires for us and entertainment, because you always wonder. It's interesting how you'll be rolling along in one topic, and then boom, something just completely off the freaking wall. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have never thought The Long Road would have been a game up your alley initially.
Yeah. Well, Well, I like Mark Walker, number one. So there's that. He's a fantastic guy to have a beer with and chat. Super great. A lot of fun. Number two, I have read his books, which, I would say Mark is in the pulp fiction era of his writing development. And there's a guy called Nick Cole who is a very gritty writer, who is a former Ranger. And I introduced those two guys. And so they've now picked up Mark's series. Mark's series.
Oh, they did? That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent this. I wrote a story about The Long Road, the narrative. And that's why I like the game. The narrative is it's like freaking zombies, dude, right? I mean, how can you go wrong? You have an M60 and zombies.
Can you remind me of the scale of that again? What's the?
It's squads. It's platoons.
Okay, so it's like World at War, but
yeah, it's like World at War, but it's got heroes and you got vampires and
zombies,
zombies and stuff, and all the goofy shit that Mark comes up with.
Yeah,
and I wrote this story. And Nick goes, "Oh my God, what is this and where did it come from? This is awesome." Mark sent him a copy of the game and the book, and then they signed Mark, and they're going to redo the books because Mark's writing has a certain style to it that needs work, right? He's been writing for a long time, and he's a great writer, way better than me, but these guys will just lift everything up to like a professional what I would call sci-fi, fantasy level, production level writing, right?
That's cool.
Yeah, so super cool for him. So I'm just into it. I love that sort of shit sometimes. I don't do it all the time. Like I would not play it every day because it gets more the same, right? It's more of a, oh wow, that's really cool. I can't believe those guys took out those zombies, or oh my gosh, they killed all the guys, right? It's great. It's like a little movie.
My fault was you, Gimpy, and Mo playing it on Vassal, I think.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I got ripped off on that PlayStation, but that's okay. They cheated.
Mark Walker games. I I think I have the only one I got is the one of the original World at War bridges and something like that. Yeah, I'm assuming that's I guess the company went from him and then David Heath.
Yeah.
To go like I didn't, this about David Heath. I did not know that David Heath actually owned Matrix Games.
Yeah, yeah.
I get a lot of stuff from Matrix and Slytherin. So
yeah, he's David's they're Lock and Load is starting to spin back up. They've got I think 5 new games coming out this year, next year. So they're starting to get it done. It's good.
Yeah, I kind of wish that Terry Doherty's Napoleonic stuff was staying with Lock and Load, but Terry went on his own. The guy that did Close Quarters Waterloo, I don't think I think that guy had some more stuff in mind, but I don't know if he's going to be back with them. I do know that they were revamping, or well, I don't say they're revamping, but I guess they're going to do the big, huge combo box for Tactical, where they're putting
they're doing the Normandy one. They're doing a reboot of the Normandy. Yeah.
They're going to try to add all the nations into one box, and it's going to be a massive box. So
yeah, they do all the current content for Heroes of Normandy plus new content. Yeah. The Terry stuff, there's no official word, but based on my conversation with David, Terry has not informed David directly that he started his own thing. So I understand there was some issue with payments, and David's been in the hospital. He's had eye operations and all sorts of stuff, so he's not been in a place to do anything. So I think Terry probably got frustrated and is going off to do his thing. I don't think Lock and Load really cares one way or the other. There was a huge delay with the game, and what am I allowed to say that won't be I think there was a disagreement over how things were formatted, and I think David said you're either going to provide us the content so that we can format it the way it needs to be formatted, or we don't publish the game. And right. I send all the money back to the Kickstarter people, right? So, and so I think push came to shove, and I think there's probably just disagreements over that. That's probably what led to the catalyst to them parting ways. But I mean, I don't know that Terry's very good with conflict, and he's a very meek and very quiet, softly spoken person. But I think he gets back up pretty easily. I actually introduced them, Terry, to David originally. And then Jeff Newell helped Terry get that contract signed with Lock and Load. Yeah, it's just probably not a great fit because it's super detailed, sort of Labatt style, and let's face it, Lock and Load's bucket of dice stuff, and it's fun, right?
Yeah, and it's a shame they went through that period with the games getting shipped and stuff from overseas. That
that was just a shit show.
Yeah, and people just browbeating. I'm sorry, but pretty sure David didn't have any control over.
Right. As he said, look, the shipping company told me the wrong name of the ship. What am I going to do about that? Right? I mean, how does that happen? And the other guy, I think, there's interest because that game is selling twice as many copies as Terry's game at the moment. It's become quite popular. But he also is not easy to deal with from a back office standpoint either. And I don't think I'm saying anything out of school there.
No, I tell you, I missed my phone conversations with David. I had one in a while since he.
Yeah, but he's back now. You should give him a call. He seemed like he was in really good spirits and his head's in a good place. And
well, he had hit me about maybe creating some rules for a Civil War game. And I mean, I got bodied for about a month. I tried. I wrote down 3 or 4 different times. I don't have it in me to do that for some reason. And it might be because I'm too influenced about all the systems I play that are ACW that I feel like everything's covered. So as much as I would love to, I just don't think I can do it.
You ought to snag Herman, and get the Herman's Napoleonics games or something.
Oh yeah, we got a taste of that today too. He showed us some images today of the blind swords for Leipzig.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool. I didn't get
Bonaparte sword.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Bonaparte sword, is that what it's going to be? Okay. Yeah.
He's leaving the AWI alone. He said Saratoga would be the one if he did it, but he's not. That's not in the works. And Tatum, he said, is going to release this year.
Yes.
So he's pushing. They're fast tracking that one.
So wait, are we talking about blind swords or black swans?
That's Black Swan.
I was about to say Leipzig would be freaking huge for blind swords. Okay.
No, Leipzig is blind swords, and Tatum is Black Swan.
Okay.
And apparently because it's such a small footprint of a battlefield that they've brought the scale down so they could be on the 3x5 2 maps. And they're adding a bunch of scenarios, a bunch of optional stuff, untying McClellan's hands, that kind of stuff. He was talking about that. It was a good little conversation. Nice. I could look into Herman's eyes. He's working his ass off. Really pushing.
He just announced about the redoing the Franco-Prussian stuff, the Metz game.
And he wants to do, they're talking about more battles.
Yeah, he wants to do Sedan and others. He's posted that already.
That'd be awesome.
So that'll be interesting.
He's got a lot of games out there that I didn't even know he had his hands in or he designed, but and I asked him straight up, I said, how does the brain go from 1 minute you're doing historical and 2 minutes later you're doing some fantasy stuff and then back and forth? And he pretty straight, simple answer. It eases his mind to let him drift and think about something else. And he loves to play that stuff. So, and also, we asked him too about, hey, after your games were printed and sold, do you play them anymore? And he's like, nope.
No, I don't give him up.
Yeah, never ask him a question about the rules. He's not the guy. Right.
That's a good conversation. I know it. So, all right, Kev. So, you guys want to pop any questions there?
Let's stick with I can go all over the place, but I know tactical like World War II is kind of something you kind of bounce off on. Like I think you like the tactical World War III Cold War Gone Hot, like from Lock and Load Tactical. Mm-hmm. Did you ever settle on like a World War II tactical that you like OST or Lock and Load Tactical or something, or maybe not?
Yeah. Well, that's a really good question. There's so much great World War II stuff at the tactical scale. What's this?
Yeah, I want to talk about your Substack too.
Yeah. God, just no. It's just I am very self-critical about my writing, so
the writing's fine. It's not. It's the Substack itself. Period.
Well,
we can talk about that. Okay. Well, to just answer, so Todd, yes, I think there are so many good tactical systems. I've played everything from the original ASL,
Squad Leader.
Squad Leader. Thank you. Through to, Combat Commander. Right. I love all of them for various reasons. I think my passion for Lock and Load, OST. I like Last 100 Yards system. I think I would zero in on those three.
Okay.
That as I like the most at the squad scale. But that solitaire game Combat, that's a great game, a great little game. You
like that? Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of fun little solitaire thing. It's a goofy ass AI, but you just make it do what soldiers should do. I don't know. I like, obviously like TCS as well.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have been your favorite, your go-to system.
Yeah, but I'm a terrible TCS player, dude. I'll get halfway through a scenario and realize I've burnt out every single Russian division, and it's like 9 a.m. in the morning of day one in 20-minute turns, and it's like I just go too fast or too hard or whatever. You got to pace yourself and let this thing evolve, and I don't know. I'm not very good at it, but I love it. I love the planning side of it, I think.
Right. Okay. All right. I have another question, but I'm going to let one of the other guys ask.
No, if you're going to follow up, go right ahead.
No, it's going off in a different direction.
Okay.
So you solo a lot, right? You should do a lot of video where you're playing Spring Prelude or whatever solo, but you also do a lot of face to face. And we don't really see that, right? You don't show those games
Right.
So I'm curious, what's your balance of that? Like, is it 50-50? And like, when do you choose to play something like, oh, I want to do this solo, or like, I'm just kind of curious how you.
Yeah. So up until I moved, I would say it would have been. I used to do a lot of Vassal in Austin. I'd say it was 70-30 when I was in Austin, because we had a group in Austin that was 2 or 3 guys.
Oh, wow.
And so we played every other week, and it would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing. So it would be a game for 2 days. It Never Snows, SCS, or something more complex and bigger. We'd play at someone's house, and then I'd also do one-on-ones with those guys as well. They're all awesome dudes. The COVID hit, and it got weird. There was some, I guess it became a little political, so I just stepped away from all that and played more solo. And now it's 100%. Well, it's 99% solo. I do some stuff on Vassal during the week with a couple of buddies. And there's a new store here in town. I was talking to the owner. It's a game store, and he has gameplay space that he rents. And he told me that he thinks there are between 300 and 500 wargamers in Kerrville, but mainly miniatures. And I think for him, he means like Warhammer.
I would think so.
40K. And I looked at him and said, that's complete bullshit, right? Because
no way.
Because I don't know 300 wargamers in Austin, and it has 100% more, 10x the people, right? So,
wow.
100x the people. Shit.
Sure. Yeah.
We're like 30,000 people here.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's cool. Yeah, I thought you were doing more face to face now, but it sounds like you're doing less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just
and I mean Vassal's face to face as well. I'm in like opposed, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if you count but now that I'm not really working at all, I'm arguably I don't, but I can play every day 5 hours, right?
Sure.
So I get 2 hours on Monday. I get a couple of hours during the week on some other random day. And then there's this play by email thing, which takes an hour or 2, and that's all on Discord, chit chat. It's not like on camera and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Which suits me fine, because if I'm learning a game, I really don't want to play that opposed. I'm either playing with somebody who's teaching me the game, and we're playing and getting through it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not good at teaching people how to play.
That's interesting. Okay.
Necessarily. So I would, I'm because I have my own ideas about what the rule says. Right. First of all.
But you're good about putting a game on the table and prodding through the rules as you're.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I think a lot of us do that. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know, unless it's a small rule book anymore. I don't think I'm getting the game and I'm taking the rule book, sitting on the couch and reading all the way through one time, and then going and playing. I did do a simple rules for GBACW, but
I was going to say simple rules. You did it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's that game is that system is so right up my alley that there was no way I was not going to do that. But I'm the same way too. I think Camp and I are playing a lot of stuff on Thursdays and Saturday nights, and it's kind of cool to see the progression of how, the first time we played, we dug in the rule book 10 times. Next time we played, it was 7. Now we're down to barely having to look. And I mean, Todd and I, we started very novice with Vassal, and Todd was trying to walk me through, and we had some fun stuff playing some stuff with Vassal, but and then of course I tried to play with you, and that's the whole reason that didn't work. Vassal I couldn't get it. It was just killing me. And, but now I'm starting to realize that, and that's one thing we were talking about earlier is if you're playing GBACW where you might have freaking 10 counters on stacked in one hex, it's no fun on a board. Yeah, it's nice to look at that board and see all that pretty artwork and all them counters all over the place and get your picture, but it is not fun to knock stacks over and stuff like that. So Vassal's becoming kind of my go-to now. I'm starting to like it a lot. So
GCACW is a very similar way because you got to do strength counters and do all that stuff, and it's
fatigue markers and
so much easier on Vassal. But it's so anyway, interesting.
No, that's a really good point.
Well, your approach to gaming with your tables there, I know I've told you this, that you're a gamer. There's no you're the perfect definition of the gamer, because you'll set something up that I know damn well, if you played it from top to bottom, it's going to take you 6 weeks to play it. But you'll grind out a few things in there, and then you'll just pop the camera on, blah, 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 about this action, blah, 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 about this mechanic. And I think I know me as another gamer wanting to pick things up from other gamers. That does a world of wonders for me to be able to see that, because I don't need Kev to go through every goddamn rule of a game he's playing.
Oh yeah, but I would never do that, right? Because you make mistakes. So the longer you talk, the more mistakes you make. Right? It's just a fact. Unless you're some OCD crazy. No offense to anybody on the camera here who may be that way. I'm just saying it's easy to make those errors. I'm not a perfectionist, and TCS taught me that you can make a mistake with the rule, and I go back and check it, and I go one column to the left or two columns to the right, same damn result. So let it go and keep playing and move through it, and just create some bullshit narrative in your head to help justify why it is what it is or not what it was, whatever the case may be.
Personal fog of war, I call it.
Personal fog of war. Thank you, man. That's
added optional fog of war.
I'm gonna write that down.
How often do you reset on a game?
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that's a really good question. It depends on the game. I mean, if it's a big game, it's not getting reset. I'll pack it up before I reset it. I'll come back to it if I set up Third Winter from OCS, 4 maps, 2,000 counters, and I set it up wrong, and I get 4 turns into it and realize I foobarred it, I will literally crack the shits and pack it up and say fuck it, and sorry, I don't know if we're allowed to swear. I will say the heck with it, and just move on. I just go on to something else and stop. Right? I've done that before. I went like what's the most recent one? Oh well, that's stupid.
No, go ahead.
Grognard Simulations, Armored Knights. I mean, I put 4 weeks of gaming sections of time into that, and it was a shit show. So I packed it up.
Yeah, you've been very tolerant of that system.
Well, I think there's something awesome there, and same with Death Ride. I think there's something there as well. Like I almost set up Salerno today because I cleared the tables. I was like, I'm no.
Is that the Salerno that went from Todd to you? From you back to Todd, from Todd to me, and then from me to you.
Yeah, and I went and bought one of the expansions.
Good Lord.
I did not. I'm trying to think what it was that flipped my switch and said, no, this ain't worth me getting into. And I can't remember what it was. I tell you the one that I'm regretting that I'm not doing more of. And like I say, I think I have an exception because of all the ACW stuff that's fixing to happen this year, is TCS. I mean, I've got pretty much all the TCS. I might be missing one. And I'm not. It's just another one of those games, like a handful of systems that I know I'm not going to let go. Right. Whether I even get them on the table and play them, I know I'm not going to let go of them. So now that I've said that, on that shelf behind you right there, and I don't want to do the island thing. I'm so freaking tired of hearing that. But what are some of the systems you have that you feel you'll probably never let go of?
Well, okay. So World of War 85, TCS, OCS, did I say Lock and Load Tactical? I probably wouldn't let OST go because the maps are gorgeous and counts are cool. I am letting go of Great Campaigns, American Civil War. I am letting go. I would never let go of GBOH. oh.
Well, I know one OCS guy.
Panzer. I'm going to let go of Panzer. I like Panzer, but I don't really need it in my life anymore. It's too too stilted is the word I think I'm looking for.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a different opinion about because Alan was going to run through me because Alan's very efficient with Panzer. I didn't like all the freaking information counters you had to drop every damn turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of info counters, but it's a great game. There's nothing like grabbing a handful of dice and everyone matters. Oh, right. It's so good. And those counter art and the data cards and all that. But then you get it's a turn, and like all tactical games, it's a turn somewhere between 30 seconds and 5 minutes, and then you get to shoot one time. OSG, bye-bye.
Really?
But Panzer, you get to shoot once, and I know for a fact, like for instance with the modern stuff, MBT, I may keep MBT, that you can empty a tank in about 2.5 minutes. You can empty an M1A1's ammo cache, and they're out, and then they're going back and resupplying back to the next phase line, and they can knock out what one guy told me. He was a tanker. He said if we're in a revet, we're not a revetment. What do you call it? Where you hold down,
yeah.
Pre-prepared position. He said I can take out a company of tanks in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So the fact that I get to shoot once, and who rolls who shoots first, and it's everybody shoots and everybody else shoots. It's just kind of hokey, maybe. And so I lost my enthusiasm for it. I love all the chrome, the morale, and the all the specifics of the hits. I love all that, but just the activation and the stilted nature of the game just ruined it for me.
Well, MBT. I mean, there's my local hobby store they've had MBT 3 boxes of it sitting on the shelf for 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
And they're pretty marked down, but I won't buy them because I think they're ugly as hell.
The counters don't fit in the next.
Look, Jeff, 3 women have taken a chance on you despite that fact. You better give that game a try.
Wow, that's so wrong.
And McMurray's back in the ring.
That's not wrong at all. That's factual. That's entirely honest.
Yeah.
These guys love my local hobby store, which I was shocked. I didn't see it.
Amazing. I was actually talking to a buddy of mine who used to live in the DC area, and I guess that's where the other location of that place is. And just in passing, I mentioned that the buddy I stayed with when I was out at Gettysburg has the greatest local hobby shop that I've ever been into. He goes, "Oh yeah, where's that?" And I said, "Martinsburg." He goes, "Oh, Martinsburg, Virginia." And it was it's not just a Todd and I thing. It's a fantastic hobby shop.
Virginia.
That's cool. That's cool.
There's a Martinsburg, Virginia. There's a Martinsville. Yeah, but these guys fell in love with that store. I didn't realize I had a gym. It's not like not like a huge store. But the funny thing is when they were here, and I was like, "Look, y'all want to go down to the hobby store?" And that was a dumb question. So we get down there, and 2 things happened. First thing was we walked back into the play area, and the first table when you walk through the freaking door, they're playing. Somebody's got Lee versus Grant victory game sitting on the table. There's nobody there, but the game's set up. And then I literally had to have Todd take me back home because McMurray was going to stay there for the next 2 days.
It is a wildly impressive game store.
Especially on the miniature side, especially on that.
Yeah.
Side.
It is.
Can you guys send me some pictures or the name of the store so I want to share it with the local owner because he's looking to take on more space, so I want to get him.
Your hobby place, I think that's what it's called.
Whatever.
Todd, didn't you do a video in there?
Yeah, Todd shot some video.
I think I did. Yeah,
you posted it.
Okay, I'll check it out. Then you're all good. That's all good.
It's really wild. I can imagine a local Texas store owner having some troubles doing the same sort of thing, because one of the things that was really obvious walking in there was that he has a large presence on that big East Coast miniatures convention circuit.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
but
there are some geographical challenges, but
McMurray, they got like 800 gamers in Kerrville alone playing miniature war games.
And that's fair. Well, the flip side of that is every now and then there used to be a booming gaming store in Farmington, Missouri, Todd. And it's not necessarily, you don't have to have 7,000 gamers. And that was what the dude at this place was explaining, was that every now and then when you've got a huge gaming community, it's hard to get people into a store to game, right?
Right.
He always had that place packed because all, 80 people in the Farmington area who played games, whether it was Magic or whatever else, all went into his store to play.
Right.
But
we have a cool store.
They carry GMT. They get all the GMT products,
Right.
and Worthington strolled in there about 2 months ago and dropped a couple of copies of their Antietam game for them to, So I honestly, I don't know what the level of board gamer is in like here. I know when I first went down there, there was a guy that was always looking for someone to play SPI games with down there, but that was the only one I ever heard. And then I saw the Victory Games one. I'm saying, well, my brain says this is probably the same guy, but they're a big Magic the Gathering 40K. I did walk in there one day and some people were playing Flames of War in one of the back tables and stuff. So, and the store's got a nice bolt action Flames of War collection, a lot of 40K stuff, and I don't know, whatever the big profile miniature stuff is.
Right.
Great paint selection.
Bolt action.
One row, not even a whole row of war games, board war games. Every freaking rule set I guess you can think of according to these two guys. And
it was crazy.
And Euro. Oh yeah. I was gonna forget about that, but now that I've said that word. Euro games. You said earlier that you dabbled with the Colditz one, and you mentioned that word Euro.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we changing topics now? I thought we were talking about gaming stores.
Oh, no. Is there anything on that shelf back there that's a Euro game?
I'm not even going to turn around. Probably not. I was sent a couple of games by a couple of different publishers that ended up being Euro games in my mind, and they became giveaways. I didn't play them. I told the guy I wasn't going to play them, and said thank you, but no thank you. I don't think so. Palm Island Horror, is that a Euro? It's not really. I mean, I still have Colditz. Colditz, I love that game. It was from my childhood. I have the new version of it. Shoot. No, I don't think so.
I have some redneck game that they brought me that they played here at my apartment.
But that's not a Euro. That's a historic game for you.
That is the antithesis of a Euro game.
Oh, wait, I have a card game. Hang
on. Yeah, I feel like getting called European is like an automatic loss in that game.
He even trots across the room like he's retired.
Yeah, he can still hear us and all that.
I know. I just put me off for sure.
Right, here we go.
Oh, I don't know. Is that Euro? I mean, that's got some.
That's the closest I have.
But you liked that, didn't you?
Oh, it's a fun game, man. I got all my kids playing it. They love it.
Yeah. Hey, so why did you start YouTubing?
Oh, good question.
Ooh, I don't know.
You've been on a long time, so I'm just curious.
Yeah, me and my 4 followers, we're really excited about it. I started, I was trying to capture, I was watching some YouTube videos and I really didn't think they were very interesting. And I wanted to see if I could do something different. And I started, I think I was there before you. I I started doing stop motion stuff because I thought it was really cool and exciting. Cool. And once again, it was story, right? Narrative, and then someone. And so I was doing these videos and showing my hands, right? And finally, I turned the camera around at some point because I'm not really very.
And that's when the female followers started showing up.
Dude, I had 2% female at one point. Now it's down to 0.
Was one of them the girl from the hobby store from way back when?
Heidi.
Heidi.
So with her pink cashmere sweater and everything.
Oh my God. You wouldn't believe it. She's just a classic Bavarian beauty. Anyway, I don't even know what a Bavarian beauty was.
I married one of them at one time.
Well, good. I'm glad I avoided it. Sounds like it didn't work out. I don't know. I turned the camera around and this guy goes, "Oh, that's really cool that you're actually talking to us instead of just having your hands talk to us." And I was like, "Okay, well, maybe I'll just do this." And I've done a lot of experimentation with video and tried lots and lots of different things, and tried scripting and non-scripting, and now, as you know, I just turn the camera on and talk, and if it's good, I keep it, and if it's bullshit, I don't save it, or share it or whatever. So,
well, I do like. I mean, there's a few of us that do that. Just kind of get on there, just talk. You're just talking about your game. You're just talking about
extemporaneous conversations. I think this is more natural. I love the fact that some guys can organize weekly shows and they have a topic and they've obviously got a whole calendar, and that's good for them. That's not me. That's like, I can't even right now. I'm trying to work out what game I'm going to play next, and it's whatever is probably going to either come in the mailbox in the next 2 days or something I just go, "Oh, the hell with it. Let me put it down." Right?
I mean,
I don't know.
I watch Gimpy stuff. Gimpy's he's got a system down. All right. But I'm like what Todd said. I'd rather have somebody just turn the thing on, tell me about what happened, or maybe you're just explaining a mechanic that was. I like that approach. I would like to think that gamers out there, that they like that. I mean, I don't mind. My biggest video is still the rules thing I did for GBACW 5 years ago, and I still get people say, "Man, I started playing this because of that. I just started watching it the other day."
Oh, that's cool.
And if I can help one of these developers or help push a game, or I can help a player that is afraid to get into a game system,
exactly.
I feel like I've done something right. I mean, right. I don't want to. I can't. I think the only editing I do is if I play a game like a squad leader game and it's 4 or 5 turns, and I just shoot a quick video after each turn. And Todd does a lot of that. I might wait till I'm done playing and then I'll just sort of clip all them together. But I'm not doing any editing or merging and shot. I can't do that. I don't have the patience.
Oh no. So I used to, right? So I used to edit. I had headers and music and all that, and cut scenes and artwork and arrows and all that. And it's all fabulous. For every minute of video, it's 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And if you're doing stop motion, it's an hour. It's an hour per minute is how it works out. So you do a 10-minute video. Well, so I'm 62, right? I'm going to be dead before I get through half my game. So that's why I stopped all that shit. And I just push the button and play. And you're right. You're right, though, Hexy. The best thing, when I was on BGG before they banned me. For the 5th time, well, now I told them to piss off and delete all my stuff. But I would get people message me privately and go, "Hey, you got me into GBOH or to Lock and Load or to OCS or your tutorials." Like, "Oh, dude, I don't do tutorials, but whatever you watch, just please go read the rules," right? Because but if you can help someone, that's awesome. And helping publishers, of course, I love doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing more that grabs me, and you're a good example of it. Todd does it. I've seen Todd do it. Camp, he doesn't know he does it, but he does. There's nothing more that I find more interesting is, you flipped your phone on, you had just a little, maybe one engagement that happened, or you were trying to throw, tanks down a road, bust this guy out of the way, and keep moving. And you're talking. It's funny because you're talking through the mechanic. So we're trying to execute this. We got to make sure that we have the fuel to get this. We have the ammunition. We'll move this guy down and remove this guy to the flank. And God damn it, fuck this. What? That is great. I love it. Just breaks up what you were doing. And it's one of those things that, I mean, I might turn my back because you ramble for 2 or 3 minutes and look at something else. Then all of a sudden you pop that little comment in there out of the blue. And I'm like, I'm right back on looking at what, okay, wait, what
did he screw up?
It's great. I mean, I'm never not going to tell people, and I think we've been telling them for years. Todd and I've told them for years. Who gives a shit if you screwed it up? Just keep going.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe if you're at the beginning of a small game with a few counters and you want to reset, that's fine. But you know what?
Sure.
Make a note, catch it the next time. And to me, I think I don't know. I don't comprehend the resetting of games, but I do comprehend. You know what? Hey, make a note that I boo-booed this, and let's make sure. And I guarantee you, Todd, how many times have we had a rule where we screwed it up, made a mental note, and we still screwed it up again, and then we screwed it up again, and then we screwed it up again?
Yeah,
right. Because now you've reinforced the bad choice, and so you just keep playing it that way. Yeah, that happens a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to play the games and enjoy them. And
we need more whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
and I don't mean the drink. I mean the dog.
Mean the dog. Yeah, exactly.
Come on, whiskey. Let's get this. Let's get our own show some views.
Oh, come here.
Come up,
baby.
Yeah, he's.
Oh. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Look at that guy. That guy's
Who's a
awesome.
good boy? Who's a good boy?
He's like, get me off here.
Go on. He's in my chair right now. He's taken over my damn chair. So, there were a couple of questions. Someone asked about playing all the games, all the scenarios, and look, I don't. I've learned. I like to learn systems, and then if there's enough meat on the game, then I'll play more of it. But usually, I like to play the campaign and just move on.
Yeah, I was saying, you're not a scenario guy, I don't think. Oh, well, other than the games like Tactical and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, just real quick, I did a little research here. Your first, so my first video was October 26th, 2010.
2010. Oh, you beat me.
No, I didn't. Your first video was July 28th, 2010.
Oh, wow. Okay, so same year.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And I just, for fun, my most popular video is I did a Blitzkrieg Commander walkthrough.
Is it?
Where I got 15,000 views. We'll get to that in just a minute, Andrew. Where I got 15,000 views.
I know what mine is. Go on.
Box Repair Quickie, 28,000 views. No, 29,000 views. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean, can you? Someone commented on that 2 weeks ago. They're like, dude, I come up with this is a great idea. It's like,
that's awesome.
Okay, thanks, man. I mean, that was something I literally turned the camera on. I was like, you know how you can fix it. You can fix it like
and
this.
then you're just to go down. Your next one, your second one, 1d6 die trial. So you're trying with those metal die.
Yeah.
17,000 views.
I love that video.
And then the third place one is the Lock and Load demo game part 1.
Which was horrible. I got raked. That was the last time I did a tutorial. I got raked over the coals by all the smart asses. You did this wrong. It's a +1. Whatever. Right. So that's the last time I did a tutorial.
So Kev, just so you know, my most popular video.
What's yours, bro?
Is on my Todd Reed personal channel, where I assembled the Stiga 2000 ping pong table with my then 10 or 12-year-old because he saved his money and bought it, and I assembled it. 78,000 views. And it's done, like you said, it's been fun watching it go around the world as they've released it around the world. So I used to get comments from the US, and then I started getting them from, Australia and then Indonesia. And then anyway.
It's just bizarre. It's bizarre what people like, right? I used to try and tune myself into what people liked, and then I realized that everyone's so fickle and the audience changes over time, because I went from 500 subscribers. I think I got like 5,000 or something, or whatever it is. But it all varies over time, and the more people you get, the more fragmented the interest level is. People seem to be digging the shorts I do, the little 3-minute snippets.
The shorts are super popular.
I just wish they could get it so you could have your camera in landscape. Because I remember the first time we did that when they were here in May, we were shooting Battlefield clips, and I was holding my camera sideways. I was great, and then Camp Sawyer turned around and did it in Bull Run. Like a few months later, that I was like, "What the hell?" And then I found out you can't do that. So, but
yeah, it's kind of annoying because if you get because if it's 3 minutes and 1 second, now it's long form, and now you're in the vertical mode, and it looks goofy.
Now you look like a stupid guy. Like, come on, dude.
Just grab my phone. Keep me busy for a second. I got another question.
Yeah, I will re-record if I go over 3 minutes. I'll redo it. But
yeah, so TCS is one of those games like BCS actually, where I have tried many times to do that. I feel like you and I played TCS one time. I've played BCS with so many people, and I'm just like, all right, I don't know why they don't stick, but I got this magazine. I feel like it might help. I'm probably gonna have Rich, my local guy, and Scott's offered to help me. Scott Rowland, who just popped on. So, but I don't know why TCS. What it is about that? Just something wasn't like something.
It doesn't stick for you in that you don't like it, or it doesn't stick for you. The rules don't work.
Both games, the rules don't. Something like I don't get what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know.
BCS is like that for me. I just finished a scenario, played mostly correct, and I pulled out Panzer's Last Stand, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could play a small scenario out of this because I'm not doing a full mapper with 40 formations. It'll take 2 days to play a turn, and I started looking. I was like, well, I need a break. I don't know that I can do that now. I'm scared. It's just, and it's like, there's only 7 pages of special rules, but I know that those special rules really stretch the system.
Yeah, that's a different one.
I'm going to hurt my head. I don't want to do that right
now. They got somehow they do the command differently or something.
Yeah, it's all different. I
think for me, the toughest thing on BCS is the zones of control, like which zone to control, what stops what, who does what.
Limited,
hard yellow,
ranged ones,
hard body, Heidi's pink sweater. I can't keep straight which kind of tank is what tank.
What is Andy doing?
Do you have
trees?
Kev?
Trees.
Oh yeah, do you have last Blitzkrieg?
The last Blitzkrieg?
Yeah, I do.
Why don't you send that to Todd?
Yeah, please. I can't find that game to save.
Really? No. See, I need to.
Yeah,
I want to play the campaign. So
yeah, you should. I mean, it's just really impossible to find. They're never reprinting it, so I'm like, man.
Are you serious? Is that I tried to sell that 2 years ago when I got all hacked off with BCS because they just changed the rules, and I just finished trying to learn the new way, and I played with a buddy, and then I got online, and this guy's telling me, no, it's all changed, and it's all. And I said, like F this, I'm done with this system. I had that for sale for $50 at one point.
Yeah, well, now it's going for 200.
Every time I find one, by the time I get the message to Todd, it's sold.
Yeah, Clay sold his for like $100. And I was, damn.
He sold me that Battles in the East for $60. So I'm not paying $100 for those games.
I think that's a free.
You play any of the Battles in the East?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I thought you did.
It's broken, but that's okay.
Oh, great. All right, so here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't played it yet? I'm sorry.
I just set it up.
No, it's great. You'll love it.
Yeah.
No, it's fun.
First thing that freaked me out was the big counters. I do not like. That's why I won't play Air Court. Todd brought it back to me, and I don't want the damn thing because it's got big counters.
And now I do want it back.
But
pay special attention.
I love it.
Pay special attention to the rules, to the supply rules.
Well, I'm going to find out.
Supply rules and sequence of play together. You can break every scenario.
Wow. Have
All
fun.
right, so rainy day in Texas, in Caryville. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You can barely see the water tower with the freaking Caryville, city of Caryville written on it.
No such thing. But anyway.
Oh, cat. Mama's out on a business trip somewhere. The boys aren't around, and you don't have anything on the table, and you're saying, I want to play, and you walk over to the table, and all of a sudden you get brain lock about what you want to play. Do you have a go-to game or a go-to system that'll break that chain?
Yeah, it's probably Lock and Load. I can put that down, or Great Battles of History. I'll put one of those down and I'll knock a scenario out. Eyes closed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're playing the heavy rules.
Oh,
And
When you say lock and load, do you mean the like tactical or
I'm sorry, tactical. Yeah.
the third World War?
No, any squad level.
The squad level, any of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same with World of War. I would do that too. That's why I put World of War down the other day, because I want something where I can blow tanks up and see things go boom. Right.
Well, that's a good question. That's a great question.
Oh,
are
wow.
you in on Mark's Thunderbolt Deluxe? Did you pre-order that?
Am I who do what?
With Mark Herman's Thunderbolt Deluxe.
Thunderbolt Deluxe. Oh gosh, yeah. Yes, of course. Yes.
I missed on that, and I just got so many things on pre-order right now, that all Civil War stuff. I don't think I have any. Well, other than the Army group, is it South? Is the next one they're kicking out again?
It's
Typhoon.
It's South. It's
South.
Because North is out. Mark, I really like the Rome Civil War, number one, and then I like anything that Caesar is cranking on. I love the kind of little mismatch with the barbarians, but my sweet spot will probably be anything Alexandrian. I'm a big Alexander fan, even though they're all very one-sided.
I mean, so I've got 3 or 4 boxes over there, and just the boxes alone attract me to it. And Julius Caesar stuff, I don't have that knowledge base. I'm still attracted to it. I don't know. I put Napoleon is my favorite study, obviously.
Sure.
And Caesar just sort of fits in that I put the two together. Yeah. But I see that, and I see when you do it, I see maybe a couple other people. There's not a lot of people that I see filming this stuff, but it is probably just I don't understand the concept of that fighting. It just looks to me like everybody's fighting on a plane. There's no terrain.
It looks like you just go, is that all you're doing? It seems there must be more to it. Because it looks like all you're
Well, it's like that until things get crazy.
But you put your best guys over here, and your second best guys go over here. I'm not fucking with you. Like,
you're right.
This is Julius Caesar's thing. Your best guys go over here. Your second best guys go over here. This is where you put the Jeffs. And then
you put the Todds there.
Okay, fair. You put the Toddies there. The silly pickles go in the center. That hits Hannibal's chunk too, but no,
Okay.
No, there's obviously more to that. Your cavalry runs up their cavalry, and then your cavalry gets them in the back.
Too many people play it. They play it miniature and they play it in those GBOH. I'm like, well, I'm missing something because maybe it's like Jeff. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. So, and here's why this develops for me like this is I watch what you play, OCS, PC. I watch you play those games, right? And then all of a sudden you're playing this thing here, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is almost like the question I asked Herman Luttman today. How the fuck does your brain switch something operational with maneuver and strategy and stuff like that? What do you when you're setting up one of these GBOHs and you're getting ready to fight a battle? All right, does your brain have to go to focus on one side? And if that's the case, how do you determine what the hell you're going to do in that kind of a setup? I mean, how do you format a tactic or a strategy for that?
Well, with Alexander the Great, you put the foot on the metal of the gasoline and you would charge. No, your panzers forward. Oh, wrong battle. Sorry. No, look, I've got a bunch of books, right? And I read those books, and I'm reading about Guatemala or Isis or whatever. I was just helping a guy. He's doing a teaching a Bible study on Daniel, and Daniel prophesies about Alexander and Julia and the Roman Empire. And he said, "Well, tell me about Alexander the Great. What were the what's the deal?" And I said, "Well, do you want to know about the battles or about the politics or about the culture?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." So like we got into that whole conversation, and we had this great thing, and I gave him a book with the outline of the battles, the 3 biggest battles that mattered, and I kind of went from there. And that I just find that fascinating, and I think I can look at that, and then I can pivot over here and go, okay, what is I don't know. What is Zukov trying to do in this particular?
Good one, Nord.
So we lost somebody. We lost Ross.
Ross.
Yeah.
It's his mom's birthday, and he's trying to catch up with his mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's nice of him to be here anyway. He didn't get to say anything, but I talked too much. I don't know. So I can switch to Panzers like that, right? It's different.
Yeah, you're definitely you're. I will say that your tastes and I think you've got your World War II, your ancients. You seem to be you're pretty dedicated to those. You'll throw in a little today type stuff.
Yep.
And inside, I got to admit, some of the more concurrents or some of the more today type stuff, like I think everything from like your Ranger, playing Ranger, which, and Cece was asking earlier about that, about your write ups and stuff. And
right.
I like to think I get the email when you write something new, and I read it. I read your story in my email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Substack thing kills me because I can't. Every time I try to go there, it's like I haven't been in a while, but it was always asking me for a login and stuff, and I do my login, and it won't take me to where I need to go to see your stuff. So unless they've changed recently here,
I have no idea. It sucks. I can't read anything either. I just write there now.
But your stories are definitely, people talk about the narrative, which I've never been the narrative guy, which I probably should be, but you are telling a story. And I'm just curious, when you're on some of these write-ups you do, is this stuff that are you creating some of the stuff off gameplay, or are you just writing a story?
It's 100% gameplay.
Okay. Which is
it's
really
100%. Cool. It's so if my favorite character dies, it kind of sucks, and the story probably doesn't get written, or it ends really abruptly. It's because it's all the die rolls and all the particularly that's why Lock and Load is so great, right? Because you got the little hero counters, and you got leaders, and you've got someone to pivot off of or focus off of. And I'll grab the leader counters from World of War 85. I don't use the rules. I don't care about leaders in platoon scale, but I use them as my what's the word? I'm not metaphor, foil to present the narrative or whatever. Anyway,
well, I got news for you. Some of your stuff that you write, it takes me back.
Oh man, okay, cool.
So it's some of the stuff you're putting there is kind of, not everything but there you'll hit on something, and then it's just like the relationship from maybe an NCO to a soldier, or or a platoon leader or something down. Right. It's really cool, and I do, and it's even nice because the other day you released one, and I was sitting at work and I'm fucking pulling my hair about trying to figure something out, and I look over at my phone and my email, and I'm like, oh. Fuck what I was working on for 911. Look at the shit on my phone and see what's going on. It's good. I hope you keep doing it. Like I said, as long as I can keep reading my email, I can't respond, but as long as I keep reading my email, it works for me. And I'm not a reader. In my opinion, all game rule books should be pictures. So
there you go. Right.
I just don't. I'm just not a reader. I wish I was, because I know I've got quite a few books around here, but like I said, Lee's Lieutenants was the last one I read, and that's
I was going to say, what you mentioned, the Substacks. I just subscribed to your stuff there, and I saw the latest one today. I didn't have time to read it, but I will. But some of the stuff I'd look back on the other day, and it's really good stuff. And I'm kind of wondering, and I'm going to try to draw this out here. Is there a hidden writer in your back of your mind that you'd want to write something? Given the amount of time you've read stuff and how you play the games and stuff, is there a hidden writer back there someplace?
Is there a writer that I would like to emulate? Is that what you're saying, or is there, or do
I
like to be a writer? Oh,
yeah, just you want to do narratives and writing and stuff like that.
Shit, if I could write short stories and publish them and get paid for it just for fun, I would not get paid. I don't care. I really enjoy writing. I don't do it as much as I would like to. And I was thinking that being more retired than not, that I would be doing more writing, but it's hasn't happened yet. So that's why the last little flurry, that's why I got World of War 85 out. It's like, I need to write something where I am breaking things and killing people, right? I wanted to write about that experience and I'm riffing off of, great authors, right? I'm not this, and I'm trying to learn how to write first person, third person and do that correctly. And can you mix and match? And, there's all sorts of, there is such a huge hole of knowledge that I don't have that, so that's why I just put these little 2,000 word, 1,500 word things out just to kind of capture the story. Yeah.
I think it's great because it's a way of learning. I mean, it's playing the game, getting a narrative, and then letting your mind just gel on it and come up with something. Because
put little snippets together that kind of encapsulate the action that you just rolled dice for, right?
Right. And I think that's a great way to learn and build. I mean, nobody ever is born with a skill like that. Everybody learns how to do it. I think you're on a good path. That's what I'm
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, from what I've read so far, I've only read like one story, but it's good. You got me captivated.
Well, there's a guy who's an author that he writes in the first person, and I really liked that, and so I tried doing that for a couple of things. There's some modern lock and load tactical, and I tried doing some first person stuff there, and I did some really sort of all these different leader characters in a lock and load Vietnam set story, and I really tried to get the history accurate for this some airborne. I can't remember. It wasn't airborne. It was like they were training in Thailand and they got moved to Vietnam, and so they were jungle fighters, and there was some particular group of dudes, and I was trying to write about them and build that into the scenario, and so it gets a little hacky sometimes, but I try to give each character a real background as well. Sometimes if I have the words there or the creativity there. So anyway,
so it just happens and you sit down and start typing.
Yeah, literally I'll make myself, I turn all the screens off and just a big blank piece of white paper, and I'll just type and look at the pictures off my phone and kind of go for it from there.
That's cool because I think that's all what we're trying to do with games too, is develop that narrative in our heads. I've heard people say theater of the mind with a lot of this stuff, and it really is. You're just taking it to the next level of saying, here's what I'm thinking, which is cool.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks. I'm humble that anyone reads it. It's because I go back and I go, oh damn, there's like 14 spelling errors, and I go back and fix them all and reissue them and stuff.
Oh, yeah. You should have read some of my freaking AARs after something with all the misspellings and that shit, and having a full bird West Point lieutenant colonel looking at you like, okay, I get it. But yeah, I love, and when you're doing the TCS stuff, I love that because the orders in some of the game systems that MMP has, and TCS is definitely the best. It goes right back to writing an op order for any kind of operation in the service, and it's like I can forget, the Met T stuff and the sequence of what an op order is, but the minute I see you playing and talking about the orders or whatever, it's like it all just floods right back in, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And
that's awesome. That's
love
awesome.
That shit. It's great to go back and sort of relive some of that stuff. It's years and years and years and years ago, but still, there's things that in the military that will never change. Maybe they buff something up a little bit or turn something down a little bit, but the evolution is not as overbearing with certain things in the military. You're doing that stuff is great. So,
Well, you know what's interesting is so we're playing this play by email GCACW game, and I'm playing against the two leaders on the other side that were representing McClellan. Were retired colonels from, I think, the Norwegian army or something like that. And so they built their Warno, and then they had Frago, Frago 0, Frago 1. And so we finished. So I've got those, and I got their situation assessments and courses of action and all this sort of stuff. And they've got all their phase lines and names and things. And so I sent them my situation assessment and outplan. Very different, right? I've got three or four arrows on the map, splitting Longstreet's forces up 3 different ways, and Jackson was going to hold Frederick, and these guys had phase line Alpha and phase line Alpha B and objective. What was it? It was. Frederick, it was Moscow, Berlin, and like Edinburgh or something like that, and all, just this whole like super detailed. And we had them. We broke their OODA loop, and they were reacting to us all the time, and it was awesome to just mess with these colonels, and because I knew they were colonels, I knew they were retired. And because they were retired, I knew that they didn't make general, right? They didn't get up the food chain. So you knew they were super conservative dudes and they weren't going to take any risks. And so I think we did a fantastic job. We didn't win, but we did a fantastic job as the reps. So it was super cool seeing their whole orders system and how they went about it.
All right. Well, Kev, you've been. It was 2 hours. We just about pushed 2 hours. So I'm gonna.
Damn.
If everybody's got something else they want to
Yeah.
pop. I want to end this with one question.
Nope, I'm good. I'm going.
No,
Andrew,
we-
Andrew, I know you had something you wanted to ask him about. But
Well, go on.
No, I had all kinds of goofy shit.
Ask me. I don't care. If I don't want to answer it, I won't.
Oh no, it's just to entirely derail conversations. You're good.
If Andrew's stalling, let's move on. So
Yeah.
If you could eliminate,
He's building a tree.
yes, numerous trees.
he's good with that shit too. So.
No, it's I got to do something with my hands. We're good.
All right, Kev. There's all kinds of shit on the hit list for P500s, pre-orders, whatever. What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to in the next 6 months?
Oh, I tell you what, I know the answer to that one. Thin Red Line Games is bringing out, I forget what it's called. First Man in Rome is what it's called. So it's going to be Caesar's campaigns, basically all of Europe.
Oh shit!
Ancients. It's going to be epic.
How beefy is that supposed to be?
Well, I played the Alexandrian one. It's not. His rules are all case based and pretty.
Is that the great big game you were playing?
Yeah, it was Alexander's, run into Persia and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing you play that and not knowing what it was.
Yeah, that was called the Fate of All, I think.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
good.
still
Really
have
good.
that thing? Is that
Yeah, I still have it. I almost set it up the other day, and then he sent me an email saying that I've got the Vassal stuff and I've been goofing around with it, but I hate playing Vassal solo. So and then he sent me new rules, and I was like, okay.
I'm glad you said that, because if it weren't for doing what I do with camp on Thursday and Saturday, I try to play some of my stuff solo now on Vassal, and I did with Kernstown. I kind of rolled through Kernstown, but I didn't. I find it struggle. Like last night, I started playing Second Winchester, and I executed the first turn. There was no combat yet. Everybody was on the move, and then I was done. And I turned it off, saved it, and went up. When Camp and I on Thursday and Saturdays, we'll try to get 2 turns in. It depends on where we are in a game. Like with our Wilson's Creek one, it's that the Blind Swords is a little slower than Mark's Army of Potomac, so it's a little harder to get as much done. But still, I'm having a blast doing it. I haven't conquered the solo vassal yet. So, and, you know, maybe one day if you ever get off your damn high horse and stop playing Army Group South and shit with me and walk away, maybe we can try that again one day.
Whoa.
Fuck that. He's going to be too busy playing Caesar with me. Fuck off, Jeff. So is
I'll,
that?
I'll play with both of you, and you quit first, bitch. Don't be talking.
Is that?
We all knew Kev who quit that game. We all knew.
I was looking at that today, and I kind of want to. I get the surge. I want to get that out and go through a scenario or something.
I'm happy to do it anytime. You just let me know.
Yeah, now you're a big old vassal dude, Hexy. You can do it.
Yeah, you're a boss. And Mark Herman, you know, when that Mandami guy, if it's safe to come up, let me know. I'll come up and we'll have some. What do Muslim people eat? I'll have some of that.
I'd be afraid to go up there. Clay's up that way too. Is Clay coming out in April?
Are you coming to St. Louis in April, Kev?
Yeah. Damn, I've got flights, hotel. I'm booked. I am locked in.
Murray, let's get the lawn chairs in the cooler.
Let's do it. You got to get out here, dickhead.
Yeah,
I told you can stay in my house. Nobody comes in my house. You can stay in my house. Really? You just got to get out here, Jeff.
I need somebody to ride out with me. Alan, what are you doing?
Sure. Let's take a ride. We'll go through Tennessee. We'll hit all the ACW fields.
Come on out. Let's all go.
We're gonna get you. I'm lost on you, and I'm not gonna get into discussion with it. I think it's bullshit that you can't or won't play GBACW with all the shit that you play that's heavy loaded. Somehow we've got to get you playing.
I love it.
Kev, we can play GBACW for dimwits. It'll be awesome.
He doesn't play GBACW because it's hard. I think he just doesn't like it, right?
I just don't like it. I did 2.5 days of that. I'm done. I don't ever need to see or touch that game again. I'm good.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You got blind swords, and that's a great. That's you know, like I say.
Well, Black Swan. I'm more Black Swan guy. The blind swords, because I just like that better. But whatever, you know. I'm trying to get rid of all my blind sword stuff. I'm only going to keep the big box things.
Really?
Well, I want to play Gettysburg, want to play Antietam, want to play some other, whatever the next one is. And I'm really not that interested in tactical Confederate battles. Okay. They're kind of tedious to me.
Wait, why did it have to be Confederate? Why did it have to be?
Well, Confederate, what do you call it? ACW, right? Yeah, Kev likes winners. I like the uniforms better. The blue guys look great.
You're from Texas. Oh,
fuck it, Jeff.
Kev, man, I do really appreciate you coming on here and doing this with us tonight.
He's from the Empire.
We talk about it all the time. You know, we're really not sure what we're going to say. We have a few things in mind, but then, you know, once you start opening up, or we have the questions start to come out, and it's cool to find out. So 5 years now that I've been back or started doing this stuff with YouTube, and I've known your names before that actually, but to find out so much more about you, some of the little hidden things about you, and I mean, come on, I think most of us in here, we know what you like to play and stuff like generally, but just to hear some of the little smaller tidbits that maybe somebody doesn't know about, and just get a little bit of your history and, you know, finding about how you got started. I think that's awesome. There you go. There's your next write-up. You can sit there and write that shit up on your Substack about what you fed to us tonight. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good old time in April. It is April, right? When y'all are in St. Louis?
Yep.
And I know that Camp and I in June, we're going to be down at Harper's Ferry. A couple of guys in here watching down. And Kev, y'all think about October coming up to Gettysburg. You're retired. October 19th.
Who knows?
You want to drive up to Missouri? I'll drive out there with you.
Yeah, because Todd's not coming. That's the only reason why McMurray's not headed this way.
I'm not driving to Missouri. I don't even know how far that is. That's not happening.
It's a couple hundred miles.
It's closer than Pennsylvania, buddy. It's kind of on the way.
But I think Mark Herman, he's going to try to be out there too. He's going to have tour guide Phil with us. So
that'd be awesome.
I think we're going to have a few more people than I was always worried about. Is this? Oh my God, are we going to have a fucking wagon train of people driving around Gettysburg?
Yeah, dude.
I ain't written no goddamn bus. That's just not going to happen. So I figured we might have 4, 5, 6 cars just riding around, but we're just going to have a good old time. I know you people that travel from far away, one day doesn't make sense, but who knows? Maybe you're going to take a few days vacation and spend it at Gettysburg, and you can spend one day with us. So but we're going to do that. That's going to be big fun. But hey, good stuff tonight. Again, thank you for coming on here, everybody
Awesome.
out there.
Thanks, guys. Great
If you have any
questions.
questions, you can post them in the comments, and maybe he'll get over here and look at it and give us a thumbs up and answer some of your all's questions. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
But,
Kev's good people.
Yeah,
Peace out.
yeah. We'll give him that tonight. He's good people tonight.
Oh, shut up.
Mouth him after we get off here. So. Oh yeah, Kev, appreciate you being in this industry, man. I really do. And everybody
That's
out
all
there,
good.
thank y'all for showing up tonight, and we'll see you all the next time we pop live, which I don't know what we're going to do yet until I'm off call, which is Wednesday. And I'm sure Alan and I will get back to it next Thursday doing something. So see y'all later.
Yeah, at least.
Yep.
See you, everybody.